if you're not comfortable, you can switch off your
This
camera.
meeting is being recorded.
So we will start with the land acknowledgement. We acknowledge that the land we work and play is the traditional unceded territory of Algonquin Anishinaabe people. The Algonquin peoples are the original caretakers of this land, and we are grateful to have the opportunity to be present on their territory. My name is Sumaya, and I'm Business Development Advisor for OneHub. And I would like to pass on to my colleague and our program manager, Grace, to introduce our project, OneHub.
Okay, great. Good afternoon, everybody. So I wanted to welcome everybody that is attending today to our Lunch and Learn series. I am the manager for the OneHub, and this is these Lunch and Learn sessions we hold every other month. And so each time we like to profile immigrant entrepreneurs that are local in the city in Ottawa. And so the people that are in the audience can have a chance to find out what type of businesses are occurring in the city, and you get a chance to actually talk with the immigrant entrepreneur himself directly. This afternoon, we have Komlanvi. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name correctly. And he's going to talk to us about a very, very interesting business that he has. It is in the health and wellness area. And it's mushroom based from what I understand. I love mushrooms, so I'm very, very interested in finding out what his business is about. I think I can, generally we sort of talk about the OneHub program also, and in terms of after the end of the session, if you're interested at all in the OneHub program, we do provide training, we provide mentorship, business coaching, financial planning. And so if that's something that you would be interested in, if you're thinking about starting your own business, then by all means, please let us know. You can indicate that in the chat box. You can indicate that in the chat box, and then Danielle will make sure that we contact you in the near future to discuss what it is that you're interested in participating in our OneHub program. So at this point, I'm going to turn it back to Samaya, and she'll do a formal introduction of our guest speaker today.
Thank you so much, Grace. It is my pleasure to introduce you all to our guest today, Komlanvi Dodjro, the founder and CEO of Dodjivi. Dodjivi is an award-winning Canadian health and wellness company specializing in functional, high-quality mushroom-based products. Their delicious premium healthy mushroom coffee blends are formulated to enhance your path to wellness. It is packed with antioxidants and rich nutrients known to help restore your body, mind, spirit, and vitality. We all need it, right? Komlanvi is originally from a small village in the depth of Togo. From an early age, he got the business bug, and he knew he wanted to be part of something great. Today, he is ready to lead a health revolution, one mushroom at a time. Komlanvi and his company have won several industry awards, including the Exler Prize of the Chamber of Commerce of Gatineau and the 2022 Global PAC. The PAC Award is global celebration of the craft of package, brand design, and innovation. They won the Brand Award of Distinction from the 2022 Global PAC Awards in the Revitalized Beverage category. So let us all give warm welcome to our guest today. Welcome, Komlanvi. Please take the stage and tell us more about your immigration and your entrepreneurship journey.
Oh my, thank you, Sumia. It sounds so, is that me? Okay, I guess when you put it together, it is me. I'm honored to be here. My name is Komlanvi Dodjro. So I'll start from the beginning. I'm originally from Togo, West Africa, from a little village called Botozeve. You can Google it, and that's where I came from. humble beginning. I grew up poor, I must admit, but yeah. So my immigration journey, it started with my father. It took almost 5 years for my father to actually go through all the process and back and forth. And it was a journey. It was a journey for me and him. I remember in the village, because I lived in the village, and each time we have to do immigration paper, I have to leave the village and go to the capital city to get all my paperwork. And sometimes it doesn't always work out, so I will end up by missing my school. You know, sometimes the whole year, and then I have to repeat my school. So we have a system where if you don't pass and stay past your exam, you don't pass for free. So it was very challenging. That's how it started, and eventually, with through perseverance and patience, and I made it to Canada. And I always tell people I have 3 birthdays, and they look at me weird because it's true. That's the way I like to, you know, frame it. The date that I was actually born was on the 28th, but they made a mistake and they put 20. So I have a 20 on my official documentation, everything. And then I celebrate birthday, this 3rd birthday, I will say is the first day that I came to Canada, October 3rd, Tuesday, October 3rd, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time at Pearson Airport, 1995. So because I was a newborn, I didn't speak a word of English. And I started in Windsor, specifically speaking Windsor, Ontario. That's where I first landed, and I lived there. And I didn't speak a word of English. I couldn't even count from 1 to 10. So I had to relearn everything, new system, new people, like started from scratch, friends behind, family, mama, and the list goes on. So it's very young age. It could be very challenging, you know, me trying to use nice words here. So that's my immigration journey. I lived in different city before I landed here in Ottawa region, Gatineau specifically. I lived in Ottawa too. So entrepreneurship, I will say, it was always in my DNA. And people, my family members, and in the culture too. I remember, because I grew up poor and then I worked in the farm, everything that we ate, we harvested. You know, it's your own food. If you eat meat, your chicken, whatever meat you eat, you grow in, and it was a hard labor. So I remember I would work in my uncles, my family farms, and at one point my grandmother gave me a land to farm so that I can grow cotton and resell it later. That was my first journey. Initially worked over a year, 1 year, and then you do a harvest, and the local merchant and people from across the country, they will come and they will buy your harvest and go resell in the capital city. So that was my first entrepreneurship. So I always wanted provide for people and help others as well. So that's how it started. And there's so much to say, so I have to shrink it. So now, Dodjivi, how did the Dodjivi start? Dodjivi actually started, I love dancing. My passion for dance. I remember my mom says that I was screaming, dancing in her belly. Well, anyway, it was a hard pregnancy for her anyway. So I've always loved dancing. I grew up in the environment with dancing too. I was dancing in the village. I was called a dancing king. So my passion for my dancing led me to become a dance instructor later on in Canada, and I learned Latin dances. A friend of mine took me to a club, and I see people doing dancing. salsa dancing, and then I fell in love. I say, you know what? I'm gonna learn that soccer, and one day I'm gonna be teaching. I proclaim it that day. And I will be dancing, going to all the events, taking all the lessons there is 7 days a week. I remember working night shift at the hotel. I was a night auditor at one of the hotels, and I will dance till 10 o'clock and then go for my shift till the next morning. That's how core hard it was. So let me summarize. And through that passion, I met my dance partner. And we both became later on a Latin dance instructor, and we ended up owning school. So over time, when she was having heart issue, nothing with health, what should I say, a health problem, chronic pain, nothing was working, inflammation led to stress, lack of sleep, and there was a moment she was waiting to have an operation L4, L5. So, and then she is taking pills, and I did some more research, and I discovered reishi mushroom, and did more research and let her try it. And after several weeks, and it helped her. And that's how the journey started. And I'm like, oh my God, this is nature. Everybody has to know. Let's share the secret with everyone, the whole wide world. That's how it started. And so and I look at things I do, everything I do, it kind of involve around health and wellness and everybody's well-being. So I tell people, I don't teach salsa class. I provide a platform for people to invest in their health and wellness. Because when people come, they say, oh, they're doing physical activity that contribute to their well-being. You know, the steps are just, that's technical. We make it fun. So that's how it's part of my life. And that's how Dodjivi was born. Dodjivi actually means perseverance and patience, and V stands for to start small. If you want to achieve greatness in life, it starts with one step at a time. Greatness is achieved through taking those small steps at a time. So it is also my name, Doji. It's my official name, one of my 20 names. Because in my country, when you're born, everybody wants to name you. The aunt, everybody from the street wants to name you because they say it's the whole village, they celebrate. So anyway, and there are no spot to put it in all the cards. So I kind of, through all my life, I lived through my name. So that's how Dodjivi was born. So it's a business that is in products we created on the market for 5 years now. We started 2017 officially. And you can find our products on our local store, Natural Food Pantry, online, Amazon, our website. And we started retail expansion this year. Yeah, and it's helping people. I do demos across cities and in stores, and just hear in the comments, people, how our products are making an impact in their daily life. It's just most rewarding thing. So do I still have, did I cover the 10 minutes?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Komlanvi. So do you have anything else to say, or shall I start with my questions?
I think that's it. If you have questions, yeah, feel free to ask a lot of questions. Then I can, add more. There's so much to say with a little time. So yeah, go ahead.
We have a lot of questions, and our attendees will be having questions for you also. Okay. And your journey is so inspiring. I'm sure it will help a lot of immigrant entrepreneurs. And everything that you have shared, it will help our community as a whole. Helping people with their health is one of the greatest thing we can do at this point. So I would like to know that if there were any business services or any support that you leveraged when you started this business, how did you network? How did you learn more? How did you get to know about government programs or fundings?
Honestly, no. When I started, no. It sort of happened in a way, like organic, like I was on autopilot. I just want to help, want my partner to, be healthy, partners I keep saying partner, but we have been together for 16 years now. She says 17, we're arguing anyway. So when you love someone, you want to help that person. And there was no time to do like, government grant here, back and forth. Just, it was more of, how do we make this to work? How do I get it, help more people? I was in that drive. Those things came on later on about, thinking about getting government help. But I always try to surround myself with, like-minded people, business people asking questions in your network. That helped me a lot, asking the right questions and people that made it. And so you can learn from them. That was very valuable for me. I didn't have the same path. I didn't go through any government program per se. And the funding all came from my hard work. I've always run the business while doing a full-time job. I'll lend you a secret. I know this is recording, but anyway, if it's out, I made the hard decision to do my business for a full-time, just recently. I've always ran it it's not really a part-time on the side. And my partner would be like, "Oh, you're not doing it part-time. You're working 42 hours a day. That's not a week, sorry. That's not a," so, yeah, I hope that answers the question. So it was all self-funded. Everything that I made that I could get that came in, it was towards the business while I have, a day job and working hard and smart, and so all from my own pocket.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So my next question is, what do you wish you knew before launching Dodjivi? Knowing what you know now, what advice would you give that version of yourself?
I will say you cannot be everything to everyone. That's very powerful to me because I've always trying to please everybody, trying to, especially the product offering every single product. Oh, these people that, you can't be everything to everyone. The branding, we do the branding of the company, rebranding. That was not something, that's something you're supposed to do in the beginning of a business, but it's kind of, my trajectory was kind of like not, it was a roller coaster. It's kind of like we learned to walk. But I'm glad that the branding was not something that we did before, because it would have prevented us to learn and fail and fail and learn, because branding is super expensive.
And we really loved your branding. We were going through your website, and it's so amazing. It's beautifully done.
Thank you.
So, and how do you describe your ideal customer base? What marketing methods do you use to reach them? As you said that you realized that you cannot please everyone, and I'm sure it's a very niche market that you're targeting. So how did you land that customer base, and how do you reach out to them?
Yeah, that's a great question. Our customer base right now is female health conscious people that want, want to live healthy and active lifestyles. They're 39, Gen Y, and Gen X 49. Those are the people that are actually buying our products. That's what the stat is showing. Those are the people we're targeting as well. It doesn't mean that males don't buy our products. It's just that when the stat comes up, they're almost close, and the ladies are just like tip up. So I guess it's a question of, ladies are the ones shopping. The guys are just, I don't know. So those are our target audience. And we reach them through social media. We are in 8 different platforms online outlets. Amazon.ca, Amazon Canada, Amazon Canada, Amazon US, Amazon, yeah, okay, yeah, I covered that already. Walmart.ca on our own website. And then we just joined well.ca. That's a Canadian, they sell health and wellness products. And we're in other marketplace that sell local products, Simplitude and all these little platform online. The goal is our philosophy. I've always believed in, access to natural products, natural health should not cost an arm and a leg. We want to how do we make a premium product accessible to everyone? That's making everything we do and easy for people to incorporate them into their daily life. That's our philosophy. And how do we take an existing habit and introduce that product to people so they can get healthy? We're providing tools. So that's how we reach people. We also participated in Natural Health Food, CHFA, Canadian Health and Food Association trade show in Toronto in September. That brought us a lot of visibility. And through that, we got exposure to distributor, brokers, and retailers, partners in the natural health food space. I think it was a great visibility. We also got media coverage through that. So those are sort of the way being in the space that you're in, participate in those events. It helps people. What I realize, I would say, is you never know who's watching. When you put stuff you're out there, you never know who's watching. Yeah, and then we just started our retail campaign. We started online, and we feel that, if we want to make the product even more accessible, we need to be in the retail stores wherever people are willing to shop for these type of products. So that's how we reach people, and newsletters. I hope that answered the question.
Thank you so much. So if I ask you a quick question, that do you think that your investment on social media, Google Ads, etc., helps you more, or being on those retail website helps you more?
Online is more. It's the number one, for sure. The social media presence is very important. It could be discouraging when you're posting and you're trying to educate at the same time. You don't get the result directly. It's difficult to measure unless you're doing paid ad, digital paid ad. You could easily measure them. But what I found is that consumers, they look at your social before they start going through your website. A lot of customers find us through our website, through social media, and having those communication tools like a messenger, we get a lot of customer from those, that has a result, like a lead, or send message to say, interested in the product, and that conversation leads to sales. So it's good to be present on social media. So I would say the number one driving force is online, and retail is not the same reality. Products don't move, in my opinion, as fast as online, because online is, I can buy this on the beach in a pajama, just need access to retail. You have to drive, So it's good to diversify the distribution channel and all these little points that brings in yields an interesting result. So to answer the question, I would say the number one is online, then comes up. So and then you need the distributor we're working on, that's one of our goals. So yeah.
So I'll go to our next question. How do you continue to grow and develop as a wellness entrepreneur?
Continue to grow. never stop learning. In my space, our space, we need to, we're in the health and wellness business, natural and organic industry. So you always have to watch the trends. It's super important. Read industry report, what our consumers are looking for, because at the end of the day, we are providing tools to help, consumers and people live healthy lifestyle. That's what we're doing. So what's important to them is like, you have to watch out for those. And at the same time, make sure you stay true to who you are, so you don't get lost. But you have to be listening, and make sure whatever trend that is coming is, will I be able to cater to that and still stay to the true identity of who we are as a brand? That's one of the things that we did during the rebranding, because our products offering was all over the place. It's, oh yeah, we should get teams, so we should get this, we get that. Like, and it was, oh my God. So then, and stay focused at the same time. Always innovate, ask questions, and watch what others are doing as well, and being part of the network. And in our industries, we're members of Canadian Health and Food Associations. It's the voice of the natural food industry. They represent our industry. So being associated with them and other related organizations, it kind of help you in that network, so you know what's happening. And mentorship is also important. Make sure if you can get someone to mentor you in the space, whatever space that you're in, is super valuable. Super, super. Right now, I have, trying to get as many mentors as I can get, as I can get, because, So
that's a great advice. Also, we have a lot of great mentors at One Hub. They are there to help and give back to community. So we really believe in the power of mentorship, and it has really helped our clients also. Another question that I want to ask is that since your target market is so wide, you are serving Canada and US as of now, and this is a very competitive market also. How do you stay better than your competitors? Why do you think that people come to you rather than going to your competitors?
People, I believe, I would say number one is our story. Okay, we have a very true story, pain and trial and tribulation, and people relate a lot to our story. And it's true. It's a living. So the story and the fact that we're also local, we're a Canadian company, also Quebec company. And I would say number one thing also is the taste. And it's just hearing that your product tastes better than your competitor. I'm like, oh my God, is it real? At one point we were at the trade show and people, thousands, we're talking about almost 9,000 people at that trade show. People come and they drink other brands, they find ours tasty. Even today, whenever we do a demo. So people do appreciate the taste. It's very important. It's not easy to make, functional food products and drink that taste awesome, because
That's the problem. Healthy food is boring.
pardon me?
That's the problem. Healthy food is boring, right?
Yeah. So we want to make a healthy food, functional food, a cool thing. The new kid in the block, cool dude, popular kid, so into your daily life, so you can incorporate him into your daily life. That's our philosophy. I will give you one example. One of our blends, our functional mushroom coffee blend that we developed, we went through 14 different blends, like trial, tasting profile before we actually landed and launched it to market. I have document to prove it. At one point, our collaborator, our co-packers, or supplier, they almost gave up because that's how important it is to us, because if I cannot enjoy it, if it tastes like shit, sorry, it's probably like my customer will find it, but taste profile can vary from one to the other, but it's important. Taste is important, and we always, through all those trials, we gave it to other people without telling them, and try it, let us give your comment back. So it helps involving involving your customers. One of the things that we did is during our rebranding, we've involved our customers throughout the process. It was an awesome experience. That's why I told you in the beginning that if somebody had told me that to start a business, you have to do branding, it's not an easy exercise. So we went through several design of packaging and logo, and color scheme, brand voice, brand this. I learned a lot. It took almost 8 months to land there. So yeah, I lost my train of thought.
So, Mr. Komlanvi, I just want to ask one last question before we go to the question and answer from our attendees, because I am very curious about it. Why did you choose your logo as what it is?
Okay, so as I mentioned, Doji means perseverance and patience, and the VI it stands for, if you want for small, to start something small. Greatness is achieved through small steps. And the hippo, we had different concepts. And the hippo is the national animal of my country of origin, Togo, West Africa. So we kind of decided to incorporate a little bit of my culture, my background, into the brand, and share with a piece of my culture with the consumer. That's what we did. And the stripes, so our logo, our hippo has a name. It's our hippo's name is Happy. Hippo's name is Fafa Mush. Fafa means peace and calmness in my native language, Ivri. So it represents everything that we stand for as a brand. That's feeling through the product. And the stripe that you actually see is the gills part of the mushroom. Yeah, so when you take your mushroom, under the cap, there are lines. That's what they represent. So is the main ingredient of what we do, or the product that we develop. So we decided that's important to incorporate that into it. That's yeah. And I remember when the design, the brand agency sent us the first sketch, I saw with my partner. I'm like, oh, that one. The hippo was my first choice, and the hippo that you see right now, it didn't look like that. You'll be laughing if I sent you the draft. It looked like something out of place, but that was the first thing that I fell in love with, over the back and forth, and customers were given their feedback on the logo and the whole process as well. That was very interesting to hear different perspective from the people who actually consume the product. So it was very value added. Yes, so that's the story behind the logo. It's not something that we just pick out of the hat. There's a story behind everything.
It's beautiful, and how you have added your culture, you have combined it with your business and your values and your logo, and helping the community with their health issues. It's so beautiful. Every time I look at this hippo, I will remember all of this. And it's so creative. These stripes are such a creative thing. I never thought of it.
Thank you.
So
teamwork.
Thank you. I will pass on to my colleague, Daniel, and she will lead the question and answer. We have wonderful questions from our attendees for you to answer. Please, Daniel.
Alrighty, I'm just pulling up the chat here. Okay. So Kat says you have a wonderful presence, very positive. Other than having a good attitude, what would you say is the best way to handle a setback?
Continue having the positive attitude. I'm a very optimistic person. I think I know someone that is in the audience with us, Kat La Force. She was actually my colleague, my dear colleague that I remember vividly, who made a positive impact in my life without, she doesn't know it, but she does. I know, I'm telling you now. We both worked back in Ottawa, in 1999, one of my first jobs. To tell you, I would say that having, no matter what, believe in yourself, believe in why you do what you do, believe in your why. Your why is not always easy to find, but you will figure it out as you go at it. It'll come clear to you, and stay true to that. And don't give up. Don't give up, because the only way you lose is by giving up. I just did that backward. So anyway, because the setback is also a lesson, it's a lesson. You learn from it. It gives you an opportunity to, to do things differently. I had many challenges. If you guys are interested, you read French. If you don't, but go look at it anyway. Le Droit Group just wrote an article about our business and my entrepreneurial journey that was published last Saturday in 6 national newspapers in Quebec. So Le Droit, you type Dodjivi and you will read it. Some of the challenges we had was during COVID, we lost our co-packer, we lost our supplier, closed. You wake up one day, you don't have product. What do you do?
Very difficult situation.
Yeah, we lived it. And, I think I grew a few gray hair out of it. So you just have to persevere and keep at it, and we overcame it. And that's one of the reasons that we decided to bring our entire manufacturer into Canada and restructure the business and restructure the product offering, redefine us, who we are, our value, what impact we want to make in our society and people's lives, and how the product is changing our life, how we want to share that story. So it gave us an opportunity to do that. I think that's how I see it. Even though it's a very difficult moment in my life as an entrepreneur and for the business, and at the same time we were out of stock for almost a year. Yeah. And then while that was happening, we were doing rebranding. Then while we're doing the rebranding, in the process, we're like, okay, and we're changing the whole packaging, different color, different identity, and different logo, and everything. And we say, okay, we saw an opportunity. Why not launch a new product? We launch a new product at the same time. And then we launch a new website, all at the same time, different projects, at the same time trying to secure manufacturing. Yeah, so I did grow some gray hair. So yeah, so don't give up, and is find somebody that loves you for no matter what, that is there for you, that believes in you. My partner she's superstar. She's the man behind the man behind the man. I would say they say behind an able man, there's always an able woman. So she's the one. Find somebody who's your rock. And yeah, there are times that I cried, for sure. I won't lie. But it just makes you stronger. right? And you still you see what's more important and you focus your energy on it. You know, I remember there were things that I'm like, you know what? Remember I used to worry about that? I'm like, now I'm like, you know what? Okay, anyway, so I'm going to Coach Bazi.
Those are good words to live by. Kat says, I have to say that you were positive back then too. It's really wonderful to see how much success you have now and for the future. I'll check out your article. So
Thank you.
that's great. We have another
Gotta
question.
connect.
Sorry?
I was telling Kat we gotta connect.
Definitely. Alrighty, where do you get the mushrooms from? Does it make a difference buying your products directly from you or from the stores?
So both of them work for us. I don't know where you live. We are sold at Natural Food Pantry. They have 6 locations: Britannia, Barrhaven, Orleans, Kanata, Westboro. Oh, I'm forgetting one. Oh no, Barrhaven. So if you type, you will see that the address on their website. I think encourage our retailer, you know, or our website is, you know, either works. We are on Amazon too, but you know, there are a lot of fees to do business on Amazon, but we need to be accessible. So if you ask me personally, I say, go to the retail store near you. It's the same price, you know, to the retail stores. Has our website. Our website, you pay shipping, but it's balances out. And I'm doing demo this Sunday at Westboro. If you want to come and check it out. Yeah. Any question? Anybody else?
There's one more question here. When is your next tasting in Ottawa?
Oh, okay. Yeah, Britannia, a Natural Food Pantry. It's on Scott Street. Yeah.
All right, and we have some comments. Super cool explanation of your logo, says
No,
Kat.
I say Britannia. Sorry, no. Let me correct myself. It's Westboro. Westboro, Scott Street, Westboro. Yes.
Alrighty, and then Kaya says the power of story, excellent point. So I think people are really enjoying hearing about your stories and everything behind what you've been doing. So
thank you. And one of the things I will add is that it's surprising. We're, you know, do our part socially is important. So you will notice our packaging is one of the reasons why we won the Global Buck Award this year. Is health conscious, eco conscious. You reuse the bag to store your food. It's a zip log, so you can always repurpose it for something. It's recyclable. That's one of the things that we do well. So consumers appreciate that. So we're not wasting. We're doing our part. And any part, you know, baby steps count. So that's one of the things that. That sets us apart. And there are many, but anyway.
Someone also says, amazing presentation, true to who you are. Thanks for sharing this important reminder. So I think you've moved a lot of people in this session.
Yeah. And when you do that, what happens is you're kind of setting your foundation for whatever you want to do, the impact you want to have in people's life, in the society, what you want to accomplish, the legacy you want to leave. So it's good to always remember your culture and taking that culture and marrying, you know, with different culture, because I think a diversification of the culture is a beautiful thing you can have. It creates just a wonderful, tasty recipe. So, yeah. So, I'm a firm believer.
Grace also says, fabulous presentation, very inspiring. Do you provide any other products aside from the mushroom coffee blend?
Right now we have other products in R&D. Yeah, it's a work in progress. We're trying to create other mushroom-based products without the coffee also. Yeah, it's not yet. The 2023, keep keep following us and you will see new things coming up. Yeah, so pretty essentially what we're doing is providing alternative to your daily routine. So if you're going to drink a coffee, why not drink it with, the added benefits of medicinal or functional mushroom? That's really what we're doing. And at the same time, if you want to cut down your caffeine intake, the mushroom help deal with the downside of caffeine. A lot of people are sensitive to caffeine sometimes, like the jitter and the crash, all that. Yeah, and one of the things with our blend is that without that, you can say goodbye to those downside of caffeine. And the best part is you can drink it any time of the day. I didn't believe that until I experienced it. Oh, you're right. Yeah, I told you.
I think Kat and I are in the same boat here. We were both nodding to less caffeine, the better for us.
Yeah, it's a better for you version. And it doesn't taste like a mushroom. So we're really using the coffee, number one, has a delivery system. Because the best way to consume a medicinal mushroom, functional mushroom, is to introduce them into coffee or tea. But coffee is the best. It just blends with the taste profile. So you don't get that harshness, bitterness of the mushroom, because mushrooms are bitter. Some are better than another. And the coffee, why? Because the number one drug in the world is coffee. And it's a habit everybody has. So we're using that existing habit. You don't have to go create a new habit to be healthy. So that's the concept behind it. Yeah.
Our last question of the session is, which retail stores are you targeting, if any?
Oh, that's a good question. Hey, who's this person?
Grace. It's our manager of One Hub.
Yeah, so we are targeting independent, health food stores where natural, organic products are sold to start off with. Then eventually, when we grow as a business, we will see where else we see the opportunity to be in, like stores like where you buy your independent, natural food pantry is one of them. They're super awesome. Urban Spice, I don't know if you know them. They're in Ottawa, Bank Street. And one day our bucket list will be to be in Whole Food, That's our big dream. So those are the stores and where there are so many. But to summarize it specifically is that those type of stores that we want to be in. Then of course online, it just makes it more accessible as well, because there are a lot of independent retailer also, but online, where they sell all these healthy wellness products as well. We want to target those. That's one of the reasons why Well.ca is we joined them. Is they just fit our profile and where we want to be, who we want to do business with. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. Do you have connections to retailers, by the way? You're asking.
Grace says she's a coffee connoisseur.
Okay, shoot us an email.
And she says, fabulous. I will be looking for them myself. Bravo to you. And Kat says, I'll go to Whole Food and ask if they have your products. And that is an amazing entrepreneur question.
Oh, okay. You're doing the market research for us. And then they say, hey, do you have our products? Oh, you sure? I know. And then you, okay, sounds good. I love that.
Thank you so much, Komlanvi. Thank you so much for sharing your inspiring journey with us. And I'm sure your story will help a lot of other immigrant entrepreneurs. And we are so glad and we are so thankful that you took time to be with us today and be a resource for many aspiring immigrant entrepreneurs. We are looking forward to have more interactions with you in future. Thank you so much. And of course, we will be doing this for you, and we'll be going to stores and asking for your coffee, and we'll ask them, why don't you have this?
That is so brilliant. Thank you. You guys are part of the vision. Yeah, thank you. Merci beaucoup. I had a great time. There's so much I want to say, but I hope I enjoyed our chat. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to share a part of our story, my journey. Yeah, I'm grateful. And if you have any questions, you know, you have my contact. Shoot me an email. We'll go for some coffee, of course, our coffee, of course, and chat. And don't give up. Whatever you want to do is possible. It's possible. Believe in yourself, and it will happen, because there's a power when you're speaking out what you want to do. There's always someone out there, you know, who's watching, your guardian angel. You know, it's when you speak into existence, into yourself, something happens. So yeah, it might be hard sometimes, but continuez. C'est la persévérance. Merci beaucoup, mes amis. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And we have a few more messages for you. Yusuf Badani is saying, very impressive idea. Mushroom coffee. I have never seen such a combination before. Thank you, Yusuf, for your message. And Kat is saying, I need that mug with the topper that keeps my coffee warm.
Okay, all right. Yeah, yeah, the mug, people. And that is, you can only get it through our website. Kat, you can email me or read something for you. Email me. Yeah. Oh yeah, I think somebody asked where we source the mushroom. It's North America. Did I answer that question?
No.
Okay, yeah. So,
Yeah, that was the question by Seema.
yeah. And we manufacture everything in Canada. Everything goes through serious test and regulation. Oh yeah. Anyway, so yeah, c'est ça.
That's good to know that your product is manufactured in Canada. And yeah, so to answer Seema, the mushrooms are sourced from US, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. So I think we don't have any more questions. And thank you so much. And every day in the comments we are seeing, wish you all the best in your journey, from Yusuf Badani. And Kat is saying that she'll get one for her birthday. So here we have two things. We have mushroom coffee, and we have mugs also.
Yeah, and it keeps you healthy and productive and less stress at work. Okay.
Okay.
Merci.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You have a wonderful weekend.
Thanks. Thanks, Komlanvi. Thank you.
I can log off.
Yes. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.